Madrid get 2 goals to turn the game around. Let's take a look at the first goal. 88th minute, this one came.
Yeah, very like Real Madrid, Joselu. That's why he came on. He's a poacher. He's a proper number 9. He believes that anything can bounce back or anything can come to him. Anything. That's what he does. We're all going to know that he'll shot there. Neuer obviously makes that mistake, but I'm very sorry. Dyer, you have to box him out. And I know in America you will know what it means, boxing someone out. Here, box him out. Just like a center will go and grab stop the opposition, obviously, of the center getting that ball on the rebound. You have to box him out. You think that he's going to keep the ball. Because I was saying to Jamie just before, when the defender makes a mistake, who bails you out? And he bailed you out 6 times today. 5, 6 times? Yeah. If we can see it again, the striker believes that he's going to drop it. You got to believe also that he's going to drop it. Box him out. By the time you let him, you're in front of him. Arm, leg, everything. See you later. He wants it more than you. That's why Madrid wins. They want it more.
Have we said enough about him, by the way? 2 goals in a Champions League semi-final puts them through.
Joselu?
Yeah.
Great story. He was there, early doors. They didn't believe in him. And then, like I said, typical 9. He's offside. He's like, you know what? Let me stay here. It's okay. That's not my problem. You push up with the line. You can see Mazraoui leaves. He doesn't care. If the ball comes, very like Van Nistelrooy, he stayed there. Ball comes, tap it in. And he had to go a bit everywhere to come back. I think he came back at 34, 35, if I remember well. And then he had to wait all that time to be able to score in games like that for Madrid when he was there early doors. Well done. Incredible. And Rudiger, by the way, what is he doing there? I don't know. But it was a great cross. But that's they find a way. Rudiger on the cross. I mean, if I said to you that Real Madrid would have won on an assist of Rudiger and Joselu tapping in, you would have said, no chance. But that's what they do.
Take a look at this picture, because you're talking about being an incredible story. So 2 years ago, Joselu attended the Champions League final with his father as a fan, wearing the shirt. Tonight, he puts them through to the Champions League final. It comes full circle.
It's just magic, isn't it? It's magical. It really is. What a story that is. Is that the Champs-Élysées behind that, Thierry? Does that look familiar to you?
Yeah, he looks like it.
Look at Mike.
You know yourself, huh?
No, it was Matt.
Honesty is key. Honesty is key.
Honesty is key.
Drama wasn't over there, though. What more do we want to show you? Where are we picking back up? Let's take a look. Oh, OK, Matthijs de Ligt. So Bayern had the ball in the back of the net. Matthijs de Ligt scores. It wouldn't stand. Let's take a look. Let's listen into this one first, and then we'll explain it. OK. Ball in the back of net, but we did hear the whistle. Goal does not stand.
The mistake is not the referees. The mistake is the linesman. It's a huge mistake. It's that tight, he shouldn't put the flag up. It's not offside. I don't believe it's offside. De Ligt looks slightly offside ahead of Rudiger, but he doesn't get involved with the challenge. It's the player behind him, I'm not actually quite sure who it is. And it's the Real Madrid player who heads it. I mean, at this, listen, when the whistle gets blown, we know that's the game done. It's over. We're taught that as kids, you play to the whistle. But for a linesman at that level to make that mistake in terms of not letting that play go on, because we get frustrated with the linesmen when they don't put the flag up when it's 5 or 6 yards offside. When it's that tight, you don't put your flag up. That's the way they're taught now. And these officials should be some of the best in Europe, so you shouldn't expect to make that mistake.
Somebody should have to answer for that, shouldn't they?
Yes.
Yes. Shall we bring her in? Christina, Uncle. We're all very excited to speak to you now. What have you got to say about that?
I'm going to kind of disagree with Jamie in the sense that it was only the assistant referee who got this incorrect. Unfortunately, there are 2 officiating errors that occur here. And it's important to note that it is Sané who is the one that is the question of whether or not he was in an offside position. And then interfered with the play. Here, he is not in an offside position, so we don't even have to get to the discussion about whether he interfered with play. But we have the first error by the assistant referee in raising that flag, which goes against the direction of holding that flag, especially we're in the attacking phase of play, and it has not yet finished. And then we have the second error by the referee in accepting that recommendation by the assistant referee and blowing his whistle. Instead of saying, thank you, I see you, I'm going to hold my whistle until this play goes out. And this is very surprising. This isn't some of the best in Europe. This is actually would be considered the best in Europe, this Polish trio, having referee Champions League final, having just done the Men's World Cup final. It was a very surprising decision, both by the assistant referee and the referee, which goes to an oversight in detail and attention. At these critical moments, the game is not done until the whistle is finally blown at the end of this match. And unfortunately, this is one of 3 different incidents on this game where there was a overlook of detail from not just this, but prior to the VAR given goal. That was an offside decision on the field. That should not have occurred. And then the second ball on the field. So it was not a good day for the third team today.
It's a very high-stakes game. Should there be some kind of sanctions for something like that, Christina?
So by the sanctions on that is obviously reappointments to higher level games. As I mentioned, this is probably considered one of the best trios in the world, not just in Europe. So it's something that's very surprising to us all on it. And why sanctions, meaning it gets in future considerations for appointments to major tournaments. That's how these types of sanctions occur to these officiating crews.
Okay, Christina.
Christina, well explained.
You don't look happy,
thanks,
Christina. You don't look happy. You okay?
No, I'm not. It's never a good day when the discussion truly is about a clear, critical error by the refereeing crew. As we know, we call these key match incidents game-changing decisions. Terry hit it on the head. Sometimes you still have 90 minutes plus to put the ball in the back of the net. But when you are that final talking point, because you truly have created a game-critical decision, it doesn't sit well, not just only for that officiating crew naturally, but it doesn't sit well for the whole referee community, especially when we have 3 different layers of technology that can prevent us from making these types of mistakes.
Got you. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Christina. Thank you so much.
Christina.
Thank you.
Thanks all.
Well, I've heard that Matthijs de Ligt has actually spoken about the incident. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Yeah, I talk with him because I think we all know the rules. If it's not a clear offside, you have to play. You have to play on. And yeah, I find it a little bit a disgrace that he whistles. Because, yeah, what I say, this is the rule. And like the goal of Rudiger, the goal of Joselu, the second one, it's also almost offside. And he keep playing and he score and they see the video and it's a goal. But why not with us? I think that's impossible and incredible. But yeah, in the end, it's always easy to speak about the referee. And in the end, Madrid won, so they deserve it in the end.
Thank you, Matthijs.
Thank you.
Christina's not wrong. It is a central talking point now that this Champions League semi-final is wrapped up. Obviously, Bayern will feel very, very hard done to by that decision, by the way that one played out. We are going to discuss that and more. Well, after an incredible game and win for Real Madrid, we promised you Jude Bellingham, and you know us here at CBS. We always deliver what we promise. So here you go, Alessandro Del Piero with Jude Bellingham.
You look good. Hey, how are you? How are we, sir? Every time I see you, you've got a nice suit on. A bit crazy, but it's nice. Keenan, how are you, mate? You okay?
Where can we start? From where? From where you're going to go to London, your hometown, to play your first Champions League final, or for what happened tonight?
I can't believe it. I don't really know what to say. I don't know why they've sent me out to interviews because I've got no words. I'm just, so grateful to be a part of this team, to be a part of such a group of fighters, and to be in a Champions League final. I can't even believe I'm saying it, to be honest. So it's not quite settled in yet, and obviously I know some of the other lads have a bit more experience of them. They're probably a little bit calmer than me, but the first time, my first year, I'm a little bit shocked.
Yeah, but you did an impressive season.
Thank you.
I mean, incredible for any point of view, personality, consistency, and performances.
Thank you.
And then all of a sudden, some games were solved by someone from the bench, or someone that you didn't expect. So this is the full strength of your team. Probably the full potential. Even when everything seems perfect but doesn't work perfectly, someone come and help you.
That's it. There's football's like that in terms of you don't win trophies or games with 11 players. It's a 25 team squad who come in every day and put the work in, and the best thing about how professional the boys are every day is what you see tonight. It pays off when Joselu comes on. He looks like he's played the full game. He's ready to take his chances. He's alert, he's awake, and all the other lads when they came on were brilliant. And yeah, it's so important to have a squad like that, and it will stand us in good stead.
And listen, I mean, I know that it's early, that you want to celebrate tonight, but if you think about, some weeks from now, London, your country, your town, and what is your first thing that came in your mind?
Micah Richards in a Real Madrid shirt, I think. I can't see him, but I'm hoping he's in one right now. If not, I'm going to be very disappointed.
You're going to be very disappointed.
Am I?
Yeah. Probably, yes.
I'll see how it is, Micah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, good luck.
Legend. Thank you very much. Good evening.
Hell no, he's not going to be disappointed. Micah, your word is your word.
So a Real Madrid shirt at Wembley.
Your word
is this for the show? He's got to wear it for the show.
No, it's
Pre-game.
a segment within the show,
Pre-game.
Jamie.
I just leave it on. I'll go Dortmund, he can go Madrid.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah?
Only for a segment, not for the full thing, though.
Oh, because he said to
I've
me...
got a tailor-made suit, really.
Yeah, he said we've got to fly. He said, did you say before we've got to look fly?
We've got to look fly, yeah.
We've got to look fly in the final.
Can you explain to the viewers?
Do you know how
what
to
it
do
means?
that?
I don't know what fly means. What's it
It means
mean?
like nice. It means
Nice.
good, yeah.
With a tactic, if he goes there on who's going to play where and how they're going to defend. And it's a shame that we couldn't speak to Bellingham because he was very good today in what he did defensively and how he was very tired in the game. As you could see, he wasn't going with the ball and carrying the ball. He had to do a lot of work on the left-hand side because he had to defend a bit more than usual today. So if you add Mbappe in that, all the best to find a balance in that team because he's going to be great on the ball. And I will be, interested to see what the big man, Carlo Ancelotti, will do with all of that.
Will you be as excited to see Bellingham as you would have been to see Mbappe?
Ooh, that's a very good question.
Who's your man? Who's your man now? Who's your man?
Is my man?
Which one?
I think Kiki, though.
Yeah.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding?
So everybody's your man.
Why did you stop? Keep going. What else is there?
No, don't go further. But
Do you know that song?
No.
It's Drake. It's Drake.
No, we're talking about killing Mbappe, aren't we?
Yeah.
Who's Drake?
But it's in the lyrics. Let it go. No, but in the words of Thierry, though, he talked about how they're going to fit Mbappe in this. They find a way. Surely they can find a way. Vinicius starts up top.
I'm just saying.
And they just
I want to see how he's going to balance it out because obviously he's going to have to find a way.
Rodrigo's place? Or could he not?
No, I'm. You know what? Like I said, I want to see what he's going to do because balancing that won't be that easy at all. So I want to see who's going to run for who and what, and who's going to accept to go on the left or not on the left, or in the middle or not in the middle. It's going to be interesting. Again, if he goes there, we still don't know.
He's going.
Isn't he?
You know who Drake is.
He's a singer.
Rapper.
Rapper, singer, same thing, isn't it?
Okay, can you not name? You don't know any Drake songs?
I couldn't name one song. I've heard of the name Drake.
What do you listen to?
What do I listen to?
The Beatles.
The Beatles, Oasis, the Eagles, Fleetwood Mac.
Anything from 2010 onwards?
Do you know any of them? Can you name me a song of the Eagles?
How's your name? That's Fleetwood, isn't it?
Hotel California?
Oh, someone said... I knew she was going to say that. Someone just... She doesn't even know who the Eagles are.
Why would you assume I didn't know? I took a second to think, and then I delivered Hotel California.
A song of Fleetwood Mac.
Ooh, let me think about this one. I really like some of their stuff.
What have you anyway? Can you hear me calling out your name? Because it's the last time we're going to be in the studio. Once we've wrapped up all the analysis, we need to...
I think we all need to pick a song and we all have a dance at the end on the dance floor because...
Yes, let's do that.
This could be the last time we're...
2 in a row, but the crouchy here.
Thierry?
No, too much? Let's go. We need to go to a break.
Oh, Matt Curtis is losing his will to live. We are going to go to...
Situation like this where you can never be sure that this is offside. To have the balls, to have the guts, to raise the flag in a situation like this is a huge call and it's a wrong call. The referee has the chance, when he sees that we win the second ball and we win the rebound and we get a shot away within 5 seconds, he has the chance not to whistle. He takes the decision to whistle. It's against every rule, I'm sorry. We accept, we lost, it is what it is, but just that would not have happened on the other side.
Oh. It's a bitter way to go out. You understand his frustration.
1,000,000,000%. My view of it at the time wasn't so much on the linesman, because I've seen it before. I've seen referees doing this, doing that. The big man takes the decision always in. He is the chief. Why do you blow your whistle? Just let it go. You have something that can tell you if there is offside or not. And Christian has said it already. Massive. Just like a pretty woman, huge mistake.
Yeah.
Huge.
No, it is a massive mistake. And what Christina said about, officials at this level are going to be the best, but when she explained these are actually seen as the best.
Sorry, I'm so thrown by you quoting Pretty Woman.
Huge mistake. The bags, remember? Let's say exactly that.
Yeah.
You don't know? Okay, let's go back.
You've seen Pretty Woman, haven't you?
Let's go back.
You've threw me a bit there.
Sorry, carry on.
Huge mistake, Big Meeks.
I agree with Tuchel, to be honest. I do.
We're passing the pass.
No, the only thing I probably don't agree with is that, if it was the other team, like in Real Madrid.
On the other side, that's bitterness.
That is the bitterness. But in terms of everything else that he said, he was 100% factual. It's an absolute clanger the referees made tonight. And it's cost them. We don't want to make it about officials, because normally in the Champions League, they're very good, and they have been very good. But they made a ridiculous decision today. It's a horrendous one, and it's cost Bayern Munich. It's as simple as that.
I mean, it's probably cost these officials the final as well. Mm-hmm. There's no way they'll be refereeing the final on the back of this decision. It's not offside. And who knows what have happened. I mean, I was actually thinking, was there something in the referee trying to help the linesman in some way by blowing the whistle? Because it's two mistakes after each other in such a quick succession at this level. That's not acceptable.
Mm-hmm. Trophyless season now for Bayern Munich is official. No Bundesliga title.
Official.
Oh, I wasn't doing that. You're full of good jokes today.
Yeah, today I don't know what's happening.
It was quite simply incredible, but not unexpected either, to see Real Madrid just force their way in. It looked like Bayern had it in their hands on 88 minutes. And there we saw how momentum completely shifted.
I'll tell you what was unexpected. Harry Kane going off the pitch. I mean, that's one of the biggest subs I've ever seen in a game of football, of that magnitude. To take off a guy that scored 44 goals, who is the most durable player pretty much anywhere, and you bring on another striker in Choupo-Moting. Maybe you wanted hide for corners, I don't know. You cannot take him off. There's 5 minutes left in the game, there's 10 minutes in extra time, potentially. 15 minutes, I said to Scholes straight away, they're going to score. And then what? I mean, that's one of the biggest calls. I love Thomas Tuchel. I don't know why they made that call. Kim came on 10 minutes before that, and they were quite comfy, Bayern. They went from a back four to a back three. All those things, but Bayern had it in their hands, and they let it go. The mistake from Neuer obviously was a big part, but the subs, everybody's going to be talking about the subs. You cannot take Harry Kane off.
Yeah, exactly. Let's talk through that timeline just for the viewers at home. 76 minutes, Kim comes on for Leroy Sané, and as you say, they change shape. They go to a back three. 4 minutes later, Joselu comes on. No one fancies him to be the match winner, but he's on nonetheless. 4 minutes later, Musiala and Kane, your most creative players, on the 85th minute, they're both taken off. On the 88th minute, this is what happens.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, look, Real were in the ascendancy, but you don't expect Neuer to make that mistake, obviously, it bobbles. He was probably Bayern's best player up to that point, made brilliant saves. Maybe it bobbles awkward in front of him, but Joselu just gambles. You bring a striker off the bench, I don't care where he's played, he's got instincts. He's been terrific for them this season off the bench. But as a team, you gotta think this could happen. They could score. They could get back into the game, and then it's 1-1, and then you got to get to extra time. So taking Harry Kane out, I just don't see it. You know, but obviously, and from that moment on, good luck trying to get the momentum back. Scholes has been on the other side when they've won a Champions League with a couple of late subs. I don't think you can get it back, can you, Scholes?
No, so you always think once you get one, you're going to get two, and Real Madrid are like that. The history tells you that. I also think the thing with Harry Kane, he didn't look tired. No. He was still an outlet, and Bayern were getting chances on the counter-attack, and he's brilliant at that. As we saw with Alphonso Davies' goal, his pass out to him was brilliant. The biggest one for me was Kim. After last week, he's had a lot of stick this last week. And I think the last place he wanted to be tonight was on that football pitch. He'd have almost been sitting back in his chair. Thomas, please don't see me.
Don't make eye contact.
Yeah, don't make eye contact. Don't bring me on here. Because they were I thought they would come to win the game. There was little bits from Vinicius, I suppose. But other than that, they didn't really look a threat. And as soon as he came on, the first 30 seconds, he was all over the place. And then, obviously, we know what happened with the rest of it. And the second goal was, I know he played for Stoke, it was almost like a Stoke City goal. You keep the ball in the box.
Two centre-backs playing each other in, weren't they?
Two centre-backs keep him playing each other in, keep the ball in the box, keep the ball in the danger area, and I think it was it Nacho who passed it out to Rudiger? And what great first-time pass from Rudiger. Well, he's there to finish it. In
a way, there's not that goal kind of sums up this Real Madrid team. You know, it's not. You wouldn't say it's planned. There's not any superstar scoring the goal. In a way, they find a way in a big moment. You know, Nacho kind of gets it out of his feet, sets it to Rudiger, and he squares it. So, remarkable finish to the game.
Yeah, let's take a look at the winner then, because as you say, it kind of came from nowhere, really. We thought there was an offside here as well.
And Scholes makes a really great point. You just keep the ball alive. You know, you keep the ball alive, and you know, and to be fair, Vinny Jr. just stands it up. Good feet from Nacho, isn't it?
I was just going to say, even the ball in. It's not a ball where you expect someone to score. No. It's a Stoke City ball. How many mentions of Stoke gets in it? No, but it is. It's just one. It's get it in there, make it difficult for him to clear. And Nacho does brilliantly. He keeps it in. Out to Rudiger. Great first-time ball from Rudiger. And look, he's clearly onside, as we see with them pictures.
How much... Yeah, this is the moment that it looked onside. The goalkeeper... the referee had a good game, don't you think?
Yeah, it did. He was really strong. I mean, but these guys, they never give up. And that's why you got to think right to the end. I mean, look at this reaction. I feel so sorry for Harry Kane. What a superstar he's been this season. 44 goals. And he doesn't have the opportunity to potentially go into... They're 5 minutes away from a Champions League final, from potentially winning the biggest trophy ever outside of winning something with England, and he gets taken off. I mean, poor guy. I feel so sorry for him. He's been amazing this season, and I don't know why, but that just didn't go to plan the last 10 minutes.
He's done everything right. I mean, you've got to think that Thomas Tuchel is going to be haunted by that decision forever.
Yeah, a little bit, but if you look over the two legs... 3 of Madrid's goals were mistakes. You think 2 from the centre-half, Kim, you think Neuer tonight. So, manager can't always legislate for that. Yes, we don't think the subs were right, but this is Real Madrid. We keep saying, historically, this is what they do. They are never out of games. They've done it right through the existence of their club. They've done it right through this competition. They've not been great all the way through. And I don't think it's a team we'll look back on and say, what an amazing Real Madrid team. The ones we've seen, like the Figos and Ronaldos, it's not a brilliant team, but it's got that history behind them, and they find a way to do it. They always find a way.
Dortmund did that yesterday, didn't they? You know, they dug in and they fought and they defended really well, and then they hit you on the counter. Real are just like a much better way better version of that, and they can defend, goalkeeper makes saves, and then they got players at the top of the pitch that can go and win you the game. And to be fair, when Joselu's getting 2, you know, they're probably going to be hard to beat.
To be fair, Real Madrid, they look short of a centre-forward. They had Vinicius. I thought Rodrigo was pretty quiet but they look short of a centre-forward, and all of a sudden they bring a centre-forward on with a little bit of presence, and they go and score 2 goals.
Yeah, and they go and do it in glorious fashion as well. But you talk about the forwards. I mean, Vinicius Junior is a big star. Last night, for example, we were waiting for the big Kylian Mbappe moment. It didn't happen. Vinicius Junior scored a winner in a Champions League final. He ended this game as man of the match. He was the one who had the best of the opportunities for Real Madrid prior to that.
Yeah, I mean, Joshua Kimmich had a tough time with him. I think when he played in Munich, he played a little bit more central. When he played a little bit wider, this is what we've used to seeing from him, running at people. Joshua Kimmich just was, I think he had enough of him by the end of the game. He is so explosive, and when you play against a kid like this, it can go left or right. He's got low centre of gravity, and he's quick and explosive. I mean, that one, what's a save from Neuer? Up to that point, Neuer was Bayern's best player by an absolute mile, and I don't know if it's maybe just a tiny bit of lack of concentration for a moment. That was quite a tough finish from Vinny Jr., but he's so explosive, and he was Real's best player today.
Yeah. What about Bayern having that late call which ended up being a disallowed goal? What did you make of that one, Scholesy?
I think the linesman puts his flag up too early, to be honest, Rushman. I think we see it. Yeah, look, his flag goes up straight away. He's whistled there. It's debate. It's close. We know the defender heads it. Are the 2 players... Look, even the one in behind De Ligt, he does it. That's close. I'm not sure he's offside. So for the linesman to put it, the linesman is too hasty. He puts his flag. He's got to wait. They're the rules now. That's what we see all the time. We're always moaning about linesman not putting the flag. He's done it straight away. I do think the keeper stops.
What a finish, though.
Oh, it's a great finish, but I do think the keeper stops. Would he have saved it anyway? I'm not sure. But once that has happened, once that flag's got up, they cannot give the goal.
What is that feeling like when you're just blindsided right at the end of the game?
Worst ever. Honestly, the worst feeling ever. I mean, everybody knows you're looking up at the clock. You're 5 minutes away from essentially a Champions League final. You know, in one of the most difficult seasons Bayern's have had in 10 years. You know the manager's leaving. You know there's pressure on everyone. You could save the season if you get to a Champions League final and you win it. And then for it to just turn on you that quick. That's why football is beautiful, but it's awful at the same time. Those players will just have their heads down. They'll be so upset. What's been a really difficult season for Bayern Munich. And
the manner in which it happened against an arch-enemy in Real Madrid. I mean, there is no way you can console yourself, is there, after that?
No, but they'll have to get over it somehow. In some ways, it's almost an arrogance sub, really, thinking that I can afford to take my biggest goal scorer, my biggest threat off the pitch and still go on and beat Real Madrid. Like I said, even if they got 1 goal, Real Madrid, there's still another half an hour after the game. There was 10 minutes of injury time. Injury time. So there's still a long way to go without your best players on the pitch. So
what do you think he was thinking, honestly?
I couldn't tell you, because they were always going to try and score goals on the counter-attack, and I thought Harry Kane was perfect for that. Yeah. Look, he's not the quickest.
44 goals in 44 games.
Yeah, he's not the quickest, but I meant more playing other people in with the pace, the Alfonso.
Because Jamal was getting them up the pitch, wasn't he? And Harry was finding the pass, but Jamal went off as well. So they were unlucky. Gnabry went off with the injury, but they combined brilliantly for the goal. You know, Jamal got him up the pitch. Harry picked the pass.
We could talk about the Harry one. I think Kim was the biggest one. Because when he brings...
It was the least logical, wasn't it?
Well, no, I can half understand because he's thinking, right, get as many defenders on the pitch. But up until that point, other than Vinicius Jr., I don't think there was a massive threat against Real Madrid. But then all of a sudden, sometimes when you bring an extra defender, it brings confusion all of a sudden. Eric Dyer's playing in the middle, Kim's out to the left.
Well, then the goals in the
all over the place again a little bit.
It's harder to get out, Scholes, isn't it?
Yeah,
you end up being camped in your box, where sometimes Scholes makes it...
brings confusion all of a sudden. Eric Dyer's playing in the middle, Kim's out to the left.
Well, then the goals in the
all over the place again a little bit.
It's harder to get out, Scholes, isn't it? You end up being camped in your box, where sometimes Scholes makes a great point. If you end up staying in and just clearing your lines, that last goal, you know, it's a weak header and you don't really get out, you know, so... Look, it's gone, but Scholes made a good point. You know, Real Madrid, these guys, they're so used to this. You know, I don't know how they do it, but they got some magic in them to be able to turn these games.
Do you reckon if they bottled it, they'd sell it for about
Give me some.
100 million, yeah, give us all a little bit. Do you know what? Well, the Real Madrid fans once again have had an incredible night, haven't they, at the Santiago Bernabeu? As I say, there is nothing like a Champions League night, a big Champions League night at the Bernabeu. It looks absolutely glorious. The fans are pouring out, but Laura and Rio are still there, and they're pitchside for us now.
I think we're just going to try and stay here for as long as we can, because even though the Real Madrid fans in the majority have left, the Bayern Munich fans are actually still all sat up there. There's loads of them still there. They're now sitting really quietly, but in a minute ago, they were actually singing to Thomas Tuchel. They seemed to be serenading him. He came out for a couple of interviews, then went back in. They're really making the most of their experience, and to be honest, they have been pretty amazing the whole game. So just a credit to Bayern Munich and their travelling fans, Rio.
Yeah, they're great fans. They had an area up there. They were bouncing all the way through that game. And can you imagine the emotions in there? Look at them they're sitting down there, slumped now. Hearts are hurting there, definitely, because they were in pole position at one point. We were in the tunnel. We came down from our position where the commentators are, and we were standing there talking about questions for Tuchel, questions for Harry Kane, now opportunity to win trophies now. And in an instant, this place just turned on its head. Crazy.
Harry Kane got subbed off around 85 minutes and was sat on the bench, obviously looking very glum. And then the equaliser 88 minutes, and the rest is history after that. How do you define his season now?
Well, he's done his job. He scored the goals. He's done what he's paid to do. They bought him for a particular reason, that's to score goals, but also to continue winning trophies. And I have to say, I think the others have let him down more than anything, because he's produced what he's had to produce. He's a man who comes in and scores goals and creates chances for others, and he's done that. 40-plus goals this season is a ridiculous amount, the most he's ever scored in his career. So I don't think the finger gets pointed at him. But yeah, I think he'll have a heavy heart tonight, like the others, but him more so maybe than anyone else, because he's come here for the first time in 11 years, haven't won the league.
And in those moments that you're talking about there, by the way, that round of applause that you can hear, that's the Bayern Munich fans clapping Thomas Tuchel off once again as he now leaves the interview stage and goes and walks back down the tunnel in just a second's time. So they're still going to sit there for a little bit longer, I think. But going back to Real Madrid, we stood in that tunnel, and there were a few minutes to go. And like you say, we were preparing for what questions we're going to ask of Bayern Munich. And you said something to me there, and you said could be just like when Man City were here and the game just turned on its head in an instant.
Yeah, and that was like about a minute before. I'm not saying I missed it, Meg, by any means, but I know my
It
football.
sounds like you are.
But it was crazy. I stood in there and I just thought, like, these fans, there ain't many places like this. Anfield's a bit like this, but there aren't many places in the world that kind of you feel that they're that ability to suck the ball into the net. We saw it against Man City before when they came back and got into the game there. But here felt different. It felt stronger. It felt more powerful. I don't know if it's because the roof's on and it was closed or not, but there just seemed there was a different type of energy in there. And when that ball went in the back of the net, the first one, well, I became a Real Madrid supporter. I don't even support Real Madrid, but I became one for 30 seconds. And when the second one went in, I don't know what happened. I lost my stuff.
Well, when the second one in, this was Anthony Rudiger, who thought he got the assist for the winner, running into the stand, running into the crowd. And you, on his way in, you said it's offside, get back on the pitch. And you sent him back on. And then he got back onto the pitch, and VAR came to the rescue. And for all of VAR's faults, what we've actually said for the majority this season in the Champions League is it's been quite good and it's been quite well run. And they got it right tonight, didn't they?
It's worked much better in the Champions League than it has in the Premier League, I would say. And I thought that when you look at the game today and you think to yourself, wow, Vinicius Junior, you ask for a superstar to perform when you come here. A lot of these fans pay their money to come in here and be entertained. He was absolutely electrifying at times. And then you look around, you see Toni Kroos just passing the ball, dictating. That's what you come to football for. That's what I said last week, and I say it again today. This was a game of freedom football. Players allowed to go out there and just work out how to get through a game, how you navigate your way to get a victory in a game like this. It wasn't about just the system over the individual. The individuals just decided this game.
Yeah. Look, on the way in, there was a huge crowd outside of Real Madrid fans. It looked like they were going to music festivals. They waited to get into the stadium and also waited for the coaches to turn up as well so they could see all the players. Now they're not in here. You just know they're going to be back outside, and the streets is going to be like a party atmosphere again, isn't it?
Well, we're going to join that party at some point, because our hotel's not far from here.
Does that mean, are we done here? Can we go?
Can we go, guys? Can we jingle? Can we jingle through the streets of Madrid now to go and join the fans? But no, listen, that's what it's about, though. This is what I enjoy as well. The ability to be able to come out here, our hotel's so close, walk through the streets and just feel the energy. So it's going to be an eventful walk home, but one that we'll enjoy, I'm sure.
We will definitely enjoy. Absolutely. Look at it
Look at
there.
that.
Wow. Just what a stadium.
Just one more thing about the stadium,
Yeah.
Laura.
Go on.
We've been sitting there marvelling it. We came here. It was like a bomb site almost. It was dust everywhere, walking through the inner workings of this stadium. But to come back here and see it like it is now and feel the energy that it still has. A lot of new stadiums don't have this energy, but they've refurbished this on site, which makes a huge difference.
There was also something really special. I know we've got to throw back, sorry guys, but there was a moment before the game even started where they had their bits of paper and they had their flags and they were ripping them up into small pieces and letting them go a bit like ticker tape. And it was just magical from up there where we were sat in the stands, and it was coming down above us as well as below us. And it just looks really, really special. So, yeah, I get it. I understand how the fans can completely change an atmosphere here and really make it. And it was indeed one of those magical nights here at the Bernabeu. Back to you guys.
Carlo, what a game, what a finish. Congratulations, you're into the final. What can you say about your players just now?
Well, I think we played well, to be honest. We had the opportunity, good control of the game, and we had the strength to go up when they score. It happened again here. It's quite usual that the Bernabeu, with the support of our supporters, we can do something that is unexpected.
How were you feeling? What were you thinking with 20 minutes to go when the first equaliser was ruled out and then you made the changes?
To believe, because I put fresh leg on the pitch. Joselu did a fantastic job because he's a fantastic striker. We could use more the wing to put crosses, and we did really well. We had a lot of energy at the end of the game.
We saw you singing on the pitch with the fans afterwards. You know, you're now into your 6th Champions League final. Do you allow yourself to enjoy these moments? How do you feel personally?
I'm going to enjoy, of course. I'm going to enjoy. Now until the final, we have expected us fantastic days with our supporter to celebrate the Liga, to celebrate the final. Will be fantastic in this day in Madrid. You can stay in Madrid.
Thank you very much.
To celebrate with us.
It will be a pleasure. I have to say though, this group of players, you're into the final, you've won La Liga. This was the 50th game of the season for the players. Their mentality is unbelievable, isn't it?
Unbelievable. I'm really grateful to them because they work really hard. With a fantastic atmosphere. They are really humble, really generous. So I think it's the best squad that I have had in my career.
High praise indeed. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, he really is the king of this competition as well, isn't he? Don Carlito is what they call him out in Madrid. He's won the Champions League twice with AC Milan as a player. He's won it twice with AC Milan as a manager and twice with Real Madrid as a manager as well. It's interesting what he said at the end, because this is a man who's won the Champions League with Real Madrid with a team consisting of Gareth Bale, Cristiano Ronaldo and Karim Benzema. He says that this is the best squad he's ever worked with. Does that surprise you?
Yes. I don't think he means it and ability-wise and talent-wise. I think he meant it. He said the humble players, the nice players, the generous players. I think he means it as a group of human beings that he's got. And they're all quite young lads. We see a great example in Jude Bellingham, don't we? One of our own English lads, the way he comes across. Such a nice person. He speaks really well. Great talent as well. So, look, talent-wise, I think the names you mentioned, Bale, Benzema and Cristiano, might just have something to say about that.
Do you know, in 2009, I guess that was the last year of the Galacticos for Real Madrid, when Benzema joined, when Cristiano joined, Kaká, Xabi Alonso, among the players that signed. And since then, they've not really made those sort of that big group of marquee signings. They've had marquee signings, but sort of year on year. And it feels as though this is probably the beginning of a new era, particularly when you think of who could be potentially joining next season as well.
Well, I mean, Endrick's come in and keeping out for this young man, the Brazilian centre forward. He is unbelievable. Saw him score at Wembley. This kid is going to score goals. To go along with Mbappe and Vinny Jr. and Rodrigo and Bellingham, I mean, the future is so bright for these guys. But the thing is, even while they're kind of, I wouldn't even say in transition phase, they just won the Liga again. You know, they're churning out trophies. But, you know, we look at where Barcelona's gone backwards, you know, on and off the pitch. These guys are only going in one direction. And the mystique and the prestige to play for a football club like this, even Cristiano Ronaldo, he was at Man United, you know, and it doesn't really get much bigger. But even he wanted the challenge to go to Real Madrid because it's just something different, you know, the history. So it's a special football club. Now they've got the stadium, which looks out of this world. They've got one of the best players in the world coming in, Mbappe probably. I mean, these guys are going to steamroll everyone for a while.
It's the quality of the manager. We know how good this man is. He probably doesn't get the credit he deserves, but we go back to our manager for Sir Alex. Eventually, you have to build a new team. And I think he's probably done that now 3 or 4 times, and he's built this squad again together that will go again with the likes of Mbappe again next year. And you think, can them Galacticos years come back? And I think with Hendrik, as you mentioned, what's in behind him, I think the young players of Tchouameni and Camavinga in the squad, it's an exciting squad he's built together. It could possibly prove to be the best squad he's got, but I don't think this is quite yet.
Work in progress, but what a work in progress it is. And they've just booked their place in the Champions League final. But these are always nights of contrasting emotions. Certainly a very, very different story for Bayern Munich and Thomas Tuchel. We can hear from him now. He's also been speaking to Emma.
Can you sum up your emotions for us after a difficult result?
Yeah, of course. We're like almost through. It's almost there. And we had a very unusual mistake of our very best player for the equaliser. Then we conceded in a very narrow decision the second one in stoppage time. Then we scored one. And they have a disastrous decision from the linesman and from the referee. So it feels... Yeah, it feels almost like a betrayal in the end because of that decision. And yeah, it was a huge fight. We left everything on the pitch. We were almost there. Now we have to say congratulations to Real Madrid.
Have you spoken to anyone about that? Have you had any explanation?
The linesman said sorry, but that does not help on that kind of level. To raise the flag in a decision like this, in a close decision in the last minute. And the referee as well. The referee does not have to whistle. He sees that we win the second ball. He sees that we get a shot away. To whistle is a very, very bad decision. And it's against the rules, and it's a bad decision from both of them. It's a disaster, but okay. Tough to swallow, but it's the way it is.
Alphonso Davies put you ahead with a fantastic finish. And until that crazy 3 minutes, did you feel you were pretty much in control of the situation?
Yeah, more and more in the second half, more and more. You're never fully sure, of course, because it's Madrid and it's in Madrid. We were not clinical enough in our counter-attacks as well. We were more clinical, more calm in the opponent's half. Then we can create maybe a decisive chance for the second goal. Part of the story is that we start with a front four and we all 4 players need to go out because of injuries and cramps. This is a bit too much on that level.
And it's the end of the adventure for you in this competition. Is it a case of what could have been for you now? Is that the biggest disappointment?
Yeah, because if you're through in the 88th minute, of course you see the end of the tunnel. And you know, was it our very best match? No, but we said before we don't need to be perfect. We just need to be good enough on this evening. So if you have a good fight, if things are difficult, then you fight. And the team gave everything. We did it together. And in the moment where we think I have one player out for cramps, we concede a goal that we will never concede with our goalkeeper. It's a tough one to swallow, but we left everything on the pitch. This is the good situation, and that's the important thing, because then it's sport, and you have to accept the result in the end.
Thank you for talking to us. Thanks. See you soon.
Thomas Tuchel, very gracious there, as always. But what about that line? He talked about that disallowed goal for Bayern Munich just moments before the end of added time. He said it was against the rules, a very, very bad decision, and that the linesman has since apologised that this turned out to be a disallowed goal. Talk us through this one, Owen.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously made a mistake, the lino. I don't know if he should say sorry or not, but just let the play go on. You know, then that's you got VAR there for to help figure it all out. It's so tight. I mean, even on their score, it's hard to see, isn't it? You know, he was so definitive putting his flag up, but see what Thomas Tuchel thinks in there.
He's right. The linesman's made a big mistake. He's gone far too early. Now, look, I quite like it when they go early if it's definite. You know, sticking, waiting about, waiting, put the flag up, then they might score a goal. But that is far too early. Both of them are nearly level. It's very difficult to tell if they'll be offside. Whether he would have scored or what, I don't know, because I do think the keeper stops. Now, look, there's a chance he might have scored.
He looked like he did stop the keeper,
but
didn't he?
it does look like he stopped, but still, even if he didn't stop, it was a good finish.
So many complaints about VAR in the Premier League, and we can see it worked very well on the night here, but that was a human error at the end of the day. That is a really tough one to take. Yeah,
to be fair, I thought the ref had great control of the game. You know, even when he was looking at VAR, you know, he pushed all the players away. The pressure, you know, players won him, the crowd was on him. Just thought he had control of the game. He is a very strong referee. It's nice to see the refs actually try and have control of the game. Obviously, the lino. There's also pressure on these guys. You know, he's looking down the line and he puts it up. But look, all in all, I think the Real were the one team they were pushing and they created all the chances. But I do think we have to mention kind of, you know, Jude Bellingham playing against his old team in London. That's what a storyline that is. That kid just writing.
Poetry in motion,
honestly,
isn't it?
Quite amazing, really.
Poetry
He's had such
an
amazing journey. He could cap it off with potentially winning the Champions League, maybe even the Euros with England. Amazing.
It's an amazing season, isn't it, for Jude? But, you know, almost incredible for Alphonso Davies, because we're just going to quickly look at the goal that we thought was going to take Bayern Munich to Wembley.
This is a brilliant goal. The first bit of play there was shown from UCL, just taking the ball, coming out of his area with great confidence. And Harry Kane, which is what he's brilliant at, which is probably why he should have stayed on the pitch. I think Rudiger is a little bit scared of him going down the outside, which you can understand because Alphonso Davies is really, really quick, and I've never seen him kick a ball like this with his right foot in his life. I'm not sure about Owen, but what a finish that is. The keeper's got absolutely no chance, and he thinks he's put his team through to the final, but we all know what happened after that.
We all know what happened after that. Deary me, these were short-lived, weren't they? Tell you what, we've had our fill of European football tonight. We've got some American...